A treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
It's busy out today.
Meaning before I'm too tired?
These writings could be of import. A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Say, weren't we tasked with another errand that sent us somewhere near here?
So many choices. Glad I don't have to make them.
So long as I have my health, I shan't complain. My head hurts just thinking about it. What to do? I've no mother. I wanted to get to the problem. Do you think you could help me? For true. I'm sure you'll find the...
Just remembered, I've somewhere to be, but I've much to do yet.
Ingredients are plenty.
Oh, it's not right. The doctor examined him afore and said yet e'er since he...
I understand. There is no medicine I am caring for. However, mayhap convalescence.
Oh!
Dear,
All right, it's...
I will look after him.
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Dead on my feet.
I'll gather these now. 'Twould be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Rejoice, my darling, for your Albert is returned.
Welcome home, dear.
I spend my days spinning yarns, only to come home to a wife for whose radiance I have no words. If there is a more fortunate fool in the city, I have yet to meet him.
Oh, you bold-faced flatterer. Oh, well met.
Gazing upon the sea makes me feel rather strange. I see no reason to approach. Best we keep our distance.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble.
Them nobles do nothing but dozen sweetmeats and ale.
Time to be heading.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
We're done for.
I'm tired of breaking my back for someone else. A few hours.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Impressive.
Listen up, you lot. Albert, king of beggars, has come to quench your thirsts. Aye, the ale's on me tonight, so drink up, my friends. Drink your fill.
You want something?
What would you of me? Oh,
Whatever it is, I'll have to hear it.
Maybe I'll keep it right here.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
Look at her.
Interested in
careless
my
fools.
wares?
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself. Arisen. I knew you loved this. Where to next, Arisen? Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I'm not tired in the least. I'm ready for any adventure you have in...
Interested in my wares? That woman's taking...
Will he truly be all right? Will he truly...
That woman's taking advantage of us, she is.
Wish I'd been born a nobleman, son.
Think about going on.
this can't
Have
be
a look.
happening. Oi there! So ne'er mind your coin purse. Drink your fill, my friend.
Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business.
I'm always willing to...
Go on, have a look. Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business. Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good. Many thanks.
Go home and write down.
Abilities here.
The things I could do with an ox cart.
Go on, have a look. Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good. Many thanks.
Time to be heading home.
Well, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
What would you of me?
If I sleep on my woes, may have just begun.
Any loose coin about enough to make you rich?
Oh, this won't do. I'm in no fit state to perform.
If I sleep, stock
We
up
have
on
a
the
route to
basics.
getting home.
Flour, salt, fats.
Ain't nothing but trouble lurking here.
I've a book I ought to be getting back to.
All this means giving me suppose I'd best be heading home.
I've a book I ought to be getting back to.
bedwells.
I swear
I
it.
shan't resist.
I've a book I ought to be getting back to.
What was I supposed
heading
to do?
home.
No shame in
I've
letting
clean
down your
forgotten.
hair now and then.
Interested in my wares?
Another day, another adventure.
I sleep on
This
my
is
word.
no
Round
place
make
to
for
compose my
easy
words.
pickings.
Go on, have a look.
It's been a hard day.
Round make for easy pickings.
Interested in my wares?
I mustn't get complacent. I need a new skill.
Suppose I'd best get to work. Go on, have a look.
Who is the moral has the story?
Could barely drag my ass out
Drink
of bed.
is a vice of lesser men.
Life's been pretty kind to me.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
Interested in my wares?
Mayhap I ought to be
A
getting
few
out.
hours sleep ought to help order my thoughts.
Oh, very well. Back to your side I go.
Something fun to do.
Why is my life so rotten?
I pray this harvest is a plentiful one.
That's something. Sets my thoughts down dark paths, this place.
Them nobles do nothing but guzzle sweetmeats and ale.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well? We'll make our way there in time. As to whether to...
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
You're always good for a laugh. Nothing ever seems to happen round.
Got any tales to liven up my day?
There's ought to be said.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen. No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
I ain't gonna make any coin here.
At least I had my fun. Sets my thoughts down hard.
Isn't the dragon
Interested in my wares?
No hurry to leave.
Aye, sir. What I can do for you? Is there a problem?
One can never be too careful.
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in town.
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away. I thought we'd never find one. The thrill of discovery never gets old.
Ha! I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
Always a fresh breeze. Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
I've just remembered. There was another matter we were to attend to hereabouts. Was there not?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Oh, so I've learned. Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
I suppose all we can do is wait.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs.
But of course, Arisen. You may depend upon me.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure, sir. Have we some business I'm unaware of?
If you're looking for idle chatter, look elsewhere.
Aye? What do you want? What? Where did you get this? No. Never mind that. Listen, whatever you found out, whatever you think you know, pray, do not speak.
Off wandering of...
A certain standing is required to be...
Now, how best to proceed? Would that all my... That Sir Ludolf is a real lecher. Tell is, he keeps a dozen or so mistresses, and just the other day, he praised my wife for her beauty. You know what that means, don't you? He wants her for himself. Well, I tried to change the subject, divert his attention elsewhere, but he's not one to back down so easily. He'll find a way to get what he wants, even if it means taking it by force. Vile reprobate. You ought take special care in the presence of Sir Ludolf. That profligate is not to be trusted.
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know. Not all chests contain treasure, you know. 'Tis a pleasure to serve you, Master.
I don't want to think anymore.
I cannot bear it.
market I go. Sometimes this is the only place I can find people.
Sooner stay out of that.
Now, how best to proceed?
Why is everyone always in such a hurry?
I've no time for you now.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
Over here!
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain here more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
It seems we were right to suspect.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. He might have knowledge that could benefit you on your travels. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for Your Majesty's efforts.
Huzzah! You've...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. For some time now, 'twas said that the false sovereign was recovering from his battle wounds. But as I hear it, he is now well enough to walk unaided. And so, in honor of his supposed valor, they have been holding masquerade in the palace of late. The false sovereign's identity is still beyond our ken. Even the matter of from where he hails remains a mystery. But mayhap approaching the false sovereign at one of these gatherings could afford you a glimpse into the man behind the mask. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security. So pray, slip into the venue through whatever opening presents itself. Once your infiltration is successful, you will need only don a mask and act the part of an invitee. Few will think to be wary if they believe you a fellow masquerader. Here, this should suffice to help you blend in. Take care, Your Majesty. Ah, there is one other thing. Masquerades being as they are, you will require suitable raiment. Much is made of appearances at such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to dress the part when joining the other revelers.
Could you come over? Here?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, She has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope, to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
Right. Just follow me.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we do not forget that we work to serve.
If I could, I'd never live my years.
Snuffed out. Suppose I ought to.
Now, how best to proceed?
Would that all my days were so tranquil.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
I must ask you to comport yourself with the utmost civility while you are with...
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored out my Skull Garden Palace.
You would... I warn you, I'm not easily impressed. This show's far from over.
Just between you and me, my task, 'tis an enigma. So back and forth I go.
To the sovereign's help, and a kingdom...
We shed our faces at the door, so too our cares.
I will see to it that the law... I've a pressing duty...
Who are you supposed to be?
I've a pressing duty.
Is this fast truly to the sovereign's taste?
All this revelry in war's wake.
Might as well make merry while the... I suppose I could... hang about. I ought to find someone to buy me a drink. Come now, loosen those. Let us forget the drag.
Befits their station.
I've a pressing duty.
We shed our face.
That's quite enough.
These Welsh have talent, but they lack perfect meditation. What is life without a little spice? I'm sure I can handle this. Quite sure.
Such quietude is a blessing. Such quietude.
I'll have to remember this place. I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
I'd ought to attend to. The sky always puts me in a context.
Could have sworn I ought to attend.
I've had some racing patrons in my time.
Whatever's to be done.
The latest tidings from was a tragedy to the... I thought to myself, and indeed, still, that I would...
Tis quiet about. No sense dwelling on what others think.
Just one last push, and I'll be done for today.
Even I know when to shut my trap. Off to my...
Would that all my days.
A place to soothe the spirit.
Means naught ever goes right.
This place is very...
Work done quickly.
I like to come here.
Much to do. Would that I had a helping hand.
I shan't brook any boorish inquiries. Not just now. I reserved these hours. Should you wish to...
To each their own. What's best for
Off to market I go.
I could use a bit of recycling in my life. What is life without a little spice? He asked me again. I'll claw out his eye. Whatever am I to do? Where to now? A place to see this.
In case you haven't noticed, so if there's no one about, you might have to come back later.
I'll not.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
I'm not trained for this.
I'm not sure what's best.
Leave it to me, Arisen. Mayhap you'll learn aught of this scoundrel who would claim your title if you attended a palace masquerade. Here already, are we?
I shall suffer.
Can get very dull.
Our first sovereign in decades. Last.
Have you heard?
See the end.
There's to be more restrictions on goods traded with the tower.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened? We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour what you like.
In here.
Open up!
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for This, perchance.
Come on, then. Keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check, lest you forget these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do. It's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, I mean I. As you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime, if you escape with your life, that is. Know, however, that our services do not come cheap.
Welcome, sir. As ever, we are delighted.
Is this where you've been all this time? 'Tis rather far from where we agreed to meet up.
Our party is reunited. Surely we can ask for no more than that.
Here, asking for it.
Time to be heading home.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. As a true, I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, your Majesty? Are you willing to undertake this task? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
There is only one acceptable outcome. Complete and utter success.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to... Well, well. He is merely Deeza's puppet then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes, even were he to be removed. I suspect some other would simply be made to take his place. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty.
So the false sovereign, Queen Regent Deeza, and this Phasus fellow are all working together. Quite the sordid trio, eh?
How very peculiar.
I'll teach him a lesson.
I would appreciate... You are the Arisen. Follow me.
Is that a scratch? I polished it this morning.
I find myself those recruits that don't come from point.
Tis best you move. Pray, be cautious.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sense.
Do you recall that package from Matawa delivered to Minister's chambers last week? Well, just between you and me, I blundered and nearly tipped the contents out onto the floor. You should have heard the chiding out of me. You were so rude. You'd think I'd did something. Mark my words, there's more to that package than you can see.
Cannot be! This place. Waiting on that report.
My stomach's growling. Time for this. Wait up, you play.
It now. Not for it. Cut my teeth in a real battle.
What business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour?
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your